Hey, this is Notser, and today we're doing a blueprint to success for the Tier 7 Pan-Asian destroyer, Gadjah Mada. This ship is outstanding. I have the premium camo for it. I got it on sale back in the day, I think like 3 to 6 months ago, and do not regret it at all. The build is also on the screen. It's a typical DD build. Not going to really talk about what it is, Priority target allows me to openly fire and then know who's actually targeting me. Last stand prevents the engines from completely debilitating me when they're knocked down. Survivability expert. Hit points are good. It keeps me alive so I can stay in the fight longer. Concealment. Same thing. It conceals my position. It allows me to ambush. It's fantastic. So initially we were headed off towards C point rather than B, even though we spawned in the center of the map. And the reason for that is there's an enemy aircraft carrier. It would have spotted me, it would have forced out smoke. I have deep water torpedoes. I can't counter the enemy if he's smoking up in B point as well. So the better course for me was to go for C point. And it seems that the enemy is not interested. We've seen at least 2 sets of smoke, one in front of B and another one just north of C point. Now, what this communicates to me, well, there's a DD near B and C, with a 3rd spotted at A and a 4th unspotted. Now, it's always good to have an idea of where they could be. And as I move forward, capturing, oh, looky there, we have the 4th enemy DD. So right off the bat, we already know basically what they're doing. And because of that, I decide to fire my gun and whoop, I'm spotted. So the enemy DD that's near C point is not actually in a smoke. He is somewhere outside of the smoke, in line of sight of my ship. Thankfully, the island's in the way to block line of sight for the enemies who could actually fire on me or seemingly want to fire on me. And what the heck is this Bujani doing? Is he pushing forward into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 enemy ships? He's not going to survive. So what I commit to doing, I am aggressively sending my torpedoes. And the reason I'm doing it is he's dead. He is 100% dead. There is no reason to expect him to survive. I have to make a play. And I'm making a play on that enemy New York. The enemy New York is conveniently sailing into the range of my torpedoes, which are really good range at Tier 7. Really effective, really great. And since he's sailing in range, why not send torpedoes? I'm not going to openly fire against him. And as far as he's concerned, there is 1 enemy ship spotted. I could infer, based on the speed of the capture, that there's way more, but it's not as visible as probably he would hope. We get good torpedo hits on him, and because they cause a flood, and he uses damage control, I am looking for that fire. And the reason I'm doing this is I have to be aggressive. I'm using priority target to tell me exactly who is targeting me, and that's going to inform how I decide to tackle this. And he absolutely looked like he was targeting me. He shot at me immediately, and I used my smoke, of course, but he shot at me. How dare he shoots at me? But no, he's at the bottom of the ocean, which is good. Enemy Mahan sends out torpedoes, and the friendly DD takes one right on the nose. And before I have a chance to help him over here, I've got to try and stop this enemy destroyer from getting a torpedo attack on the Texas. This is really bad. This is the one part of the game where he's vulnerable enough that he could be wiped out and we would be at a deficit. So I like to really be aggressive in my counterplay to enemy DDs. And oh no, the Texas, he's going full speed. He hasn't changed course. So dead. We have to make this a 1-for-1. We can't allow him to escape. And I don't care how much he sees or doesn't see me. I'm going to kill him. That's the plan for sure. And these British guns are doing great work. Some people might argue, why don't you use the AP shell for your British 120s? Because high explosive just does more damage to an enemy DD. Between the guaranteed non-overpen, so it's going to do 33% of the damage, it causes module damage, and it causes fires. It's just the superior ammo. Even when you've got AP that will penetrate the target and mostly stick in the ship, you're still going to have AP that overpens or ricochets. And I don't really need that. I just need consistent damage against those DDs in that situation. And knocking out their modules aggressively forces them to have to use damage control for more things than just the essentials. But now that this enemy DD is seemingly dead, and we've already knocked out another enemy DD, a friendly, was able to knock out the other one that was near B point. B is open. And it is wide open. So I'm aggressively sailing into B point, looking to capture. There is still an enemy DD on the eastern side of the map, but I can't really think about that right now. I have to keep pushing the game forward and giving my team the best chance to win. I definitely want to try and respond to that, but this is more important. Capturing so you have 2 bases to 1, and the enemy team can't just play universally defensive is a definite win for my team. Well over, sinking another enemy DD. All I have to do is stay passive, stay cool, wait on the capture, and then we can go aggressive once again. And honestly, this is something that is just so difficult to understand. How aggressive versus how conservative can you play? And many times, there's not really a right answer. But in this instance, I felt like the capture was more important than securing the flank from an enemy DD torpedo. I mean, you got the Mayhan, which he has mediocre torpedoes. He has to get close, or they're super slow. It's going to be really hard for him. And I'm going to have a chance to attack an enemy Fuso as he's stuck moving in front of an island. He can't do anything else. So I send both sets at the indicator. I don't really feel like I have to lead it at all. And once we sent, I want to move off. I don't want to arouse suspicion that my intended target was the Fuso, so we sail back and our dreams have come true because an enemy Mayhan is right in front of us. So I decide, after verifying that the enemy is too far off to support their friendly DD, I'm going to fire. I take a quick look at the torpedo, and I confirm that, yeah, I'm probably not going to hit it. And over here, this is a mistake. I spend too much time looking at the Fuso to verify success. Instead, I should have continuously fired. I would have probably had 2-3 salvos more on the target. He probably would have less health to the point where maybe more chip in. I don't know why they're firing on the Pensacola. This enemy DD is the most important target, and I'm treating it as such, continuously firing once again. He sent torpedoes, but they're not going to really do anything. They're too slow. So it's not really a big deal. I could easily dodge out of the way. And I noticed that the enemy Shiratsuyu is on the southern side. So I am thinking, as I'm firing on the Mayhan, I really need to deal with the Shiratsuyu. Because the Mayhan, he's moving off to the point where I can't really do anything. He's just too far away to realistically expect that I'm going to hit. So I'm going to drop off detection. The Scharnhorst looked like he might be going north, and then it looks like he's going south, being unpredictable. Well played by the Scharnhorst. And I really want to get this DD. I want something that is available, and I look back and friendly's wiped out. Shiratsuyu's using tons of torpedoes, and this communicates he does not have smoke. He only has his torpedo reload booster if he's putting that amount of torpedoes in the water. So I'm going to go after this guy. After the enemy aircraft are gone, I can totally send with the Ernst there. He is a DD, so there's no friendly fire from my deep water torpedoes, which is, that's a nice little plus. So I'm like, okay, it looks like the Scharnhorst is committing to moving forward. However, there's a ton of aircraft in the area, and all our AA is terrible. So instead of, doing something crazy, I just want to bunker down a little bit, allow the enemy aircraft to do their thing, and hopefully get fire, flood, take out the Scharnhorst. But, gosh, the enemy aircraft carrier is the reason for their success in this game, and I'm just like, oh man. We've done good damage. We have 2 bases to their 1. We have a third trying to capture, although he is spotted. And we have an enemy in a low health battleship. It's okay, and he had to use his damage control. Since he uses damage control, I'm going to try and be aggressive in trying to set a fire. I believe this is, this is the Scharnhorst torpedoes. He tried very hard, but it's just not enough. He fires, he drops off detection, and he's revealed. Just going to continuously fire until he's dead. Now, the friendly Bayern is probably going to take torpedoes here. There's an enemy Colorado, and I would love to torpedo the crap out of him, but I have about 40 seconds left. So what I'm going to try and do is set a fire or two to this guy. Gneisenau, sorry. Did I say Colorado? Gneisenau. And I'm going to try and set a fire or two, and ooh, looky what we've got here. Okay, well, this is not good. My smoke is almost up, and the enemy is still hovering over me. So I take this opportunity. I've got to go. I'm going to try continuously firing on this guy to set fire and then get in front of the Shiratsuyu and try and knock him out. I'm still waiting on my torpedoes, which I would love to have. And we actually knocked out his torpedo, which is great. Unfortunately, he already got that torpedo set out against the enemy, but the enemy Shiratsuyu definitely coming this way, but it looks like he pulled off, and he's sailing away in a straight line, which is a really bad idea because I'm actually very accurate with my shots. He's definitely going to take a lot of damage, but while all that's going on, I have to deal with the aircraft. 2 torpedo squadrons are on the attack. Shiratsuyu torpedoes. I'm going to dodge going north. This is what he wants, so I'm sort of going to bait with a cut in speed and a turn. He's going to cross it behind. I need to go back full speed, and I just have to align my ship parallel with the torpedoes, and it should be pretty safe. Multiple enemies firing on me. Slow with the Gneisenau, and enemy Mayhens also on approach. We're going to give a nice lead on the target. Enemy aircraft carrier, he's just going to keep his aircraft over me the whole time. Might as well openly fire at this point. There's nothing else we can do. My AA is turned on, and I'm just going to try and fire at the target. Do a little bit of rudder shift here and there. Be very inconsistent, unpredictable, and we're able to mitigate most of that damage. Enemy Gneisenau tries to return it. Mayhem might have dropped torpedoes. I must make sure 100% that the Mayhem has dropped his torpedoes. Once I'm comfortable with that, I'm going to engage the Gneisenau. Once again, there's no reason to hold your fire. The aircraft carrier is never going to let me. So I have to go. I have to go. He's going to have one more salvo from his front gun before I'm in torpedo range. Here it comes. Gonna try and dodge. Okay. Not bad. We do set a fire. I just like to get fires on the target. Forces out damage control. That's mighty aggressive there. We're going to angle for torpedoes. He will also have torpedoes. I send just basically directly at the indicator. We're too close for him to compensate. And then I switch my focus 100% to the aircraft carrier, trying to deny line of sight as best as I can to throw off his aim. We get a torpedo strike on the target. One more salvo out. Just not enough. If we would have killed that target, I do believe we would have won that game. As it stands, we didn't. But man, the game was great. 4 kills. A squid. 159,000 damage done. And just barely not enough. We need devastating strike. High caliber, Confederate. It was a monster carry. 1,838 base XP. We outscored the enemy team in a loss. That would have been 1.5 times. So that would have been a really crazy game. If my team would have done just a little bit better, I think we win that game. As it stands, it created a fantastic moment for all of you to enjoy. I hope you enjoy that ending. It was really tense. Tell me what you think about the Gadjah Mada, about the game. You know, did you feel like every decision was sound? What would you have done differently? I love hearing your thoughts. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll catch you next time.